Bans on dining in restaurants and entertainment venues remain. Authorities have extended school closures as well. And over the weekend, Beijing kicked off yet another round of mass testing. It's the third time people have been ordered to get swabbed since April 22nd. Each time they're tested on 3 separate days.
Not being able to go to restaurants bothers me a lot, and there's way too much testing as well.
There aren't many places we can go. It's pretty inconvenient. I feel pretty anxious overall.
So far, the capital has avoided a citywide lockdown. But people living in compounds where cases have been detected have already been confined to their homes. This luxury residence has been off limits to outsiders for nearly 2 weeks. Even though COVID restrictions in Beijing are still a far cry from the citywide lockdown that was imposed in Shanghai, they're still disrupting everyday life and hurting business. And as it seems, the situation will drag on for quite some time to come. Officials say there may still be hidden cases in the community, and they've warned against any complacency. But even if they can halt the latest spread of the virus, there's no telling when the next outbreak might occur.
Something has to change, and of course it's policies. Zero tolerance doesn't work because the world has learned to live with COVID.
But President Xi Jinping has personally backed the zero COVID policy and staked his reputation on it ahead of the 20th Party Congress later this year. It's when he's expected to step up as China's leader for a third term. Lockdowns aside, tight border controls have made China increasingly isolated from the rest of the world.
I don't really see the zero COVID as totally an independent or isolated phenomena. I see it as an accelerator of certain changes in the future. China is building its own self-reliance rapidly, consciously, strategically.
Beijing has repeatedly pledged to increase access to China's economy and says it's committed to opening up the market. But critics say it keeps making promises without delivering on them. Its measures to contain COVID-19 could place reforms even further down the pipeline and could also have far-reaching consequences.
But if China wants to reduce the reliance on Western countries and other countries and become more self-reliant, that's a big indication that maybe we should consider doing this as well and not to be one-sidedly dependent.
But as the world's largest manufacturer, China is key to global supply chains. Reducing reliance on those chains would be a complex geopolitical challenge, both for China and the rest of the world.